Hey Aries, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your January general reading here. Before I get to your meditation, just a couple of quick announcements. I have opened availability for personal readings. Woo woo! All of that information is on my website, which is listed in the description box below. I do have limited availability within a pretty short time frame. I am hoping to offer more as the year goes on, but I did at least want to offer up some availability as we go into the new year. And I do look forward to connecting with y'all personally. It's always a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. Also, I've opened up registration for my next round of my Be Your Own Intuitive course. The first round was last year and it went so wonderfully. The group was just so good. So if you are interested in learning how to become your own intuitive, all of the information and course description is over on my website. Again, all of that good is listed in the description box below. All right, let's get into your meditation. So interesting. I want to talk about the Emperor. I want to talk about your, because you are the Emperor in the Tarot, right? So the Emperor carries a heavy load. The Emperor does a lot of work. He is responsible for his family, his kingdom, the kids, the neighbors' kids, the crops, how the crop's doing this year, right? He's a lot of responsibility, the Emperor does. A lot of responsibility, a lot of people relying on him. Part of his responsibility is to himself, right? He can't be the best emperor that he can be if he doesn't take the time to refill, recharge, and tend to his own cup and his own reserves, right? He takes care of everybody else, but who takes care of him? Well, he takes care of him, right? So an aspect, oh my God, on the bottom of the deck is the elk, and that's the Emperor in the Tarot. That is so cool. So an aspect of the Emperor that is rarely, spoken of is what the Emperor does in his off hours. What the Emperor does in his downtime. And I feel like that was the core of what your meditation was about. Because I saw you as the Aries collective going and sitting beside this very still lake in this really beautiful garden. And I heard, what did I hear? I heard The Tower of Learning by Rufus Wainwright. I heard The Tower of Learning, and within the Garden of Knowing, I must just be here where I am. Within the Tower of Learning and in the Garden of Knowing, I must just be here where I am. And I felt that there was this beautiful sense and energy and image of you just releasing the load and being on your own, in your own energy, without worrying about anything other than yourself and your needs. And it's not a selfish thing. It really is a responsible thing, because you can really only be as good to others as you are, as good as you are to yourself, right? You can only take care of others as well as you take care of yourself. So that, I feel like, is your overall energy for January. Let's go ahead and see what your animal is, though. My Aries. Oh, okay. Brills. So we have the butterfly here. So this is making a lot of sense. So the butterfly cannot fly carrying a heavy load, right? Beautiful air energy here, right? Butterfly cannot fly with anything stuck on a wing, honey. Right? It relies on the lightness of its body to lift it up, right? So the butterfly actually equates to the Three of Swords within the Tarot. And I do feel like there's an aspect here of, not to be overly dramatic, but it's pain of metamorphosis, right? Because if you think about it, the butterfly begins as an egg, then moves into a caterpillar, then goes within its chrysalis, turns to complete goo and muck so that it can come back together again and emerge from the chrysalis fully formed and beautiful and drinking the nectar of the flowers, right? I feel like you were in between. I feel like you were being asked to go within your own chrysalis right now, so that you can emerge and be beautiful and wondrous for everybody else. Not that you're living for everybody else, this is for yourself as well. But you see what I'm saying with this? I feel like we're tapped into, with the being in your own energy and sitting by the lake, the Tower of Learning and the Garden of Knowing, I must just be here where I am, right? I feel like you are being called to go within your own chrysalis, get your own needs met, tend to your own garden, knowing that in doing so, you're going to be able to emerge fully formed and in this beautiful butterfly formation. Okay? Butterfly garden, loving it. This is the payoff, right? The butterfly is the payoff of the chrysalis experience. All right, let's see what's going on for Aries. Yeah, okay. So we have 5 of Cups here. So starting to come together. So 5 of Cups, this looks pretty intense, right? Yeah, it looks pretty intense. I did see you sitting by a body of water too. So the cure to 5 of Cups is a flip of perspective, right? Because the 5 of Cups is loss. It's mourning loss, actually, is what it is. It's you know, bordering on despair, actually. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. How we cure this is that we go, no, nope, not these, but these, right? The cup is not half empty, it's half full. I'm going to flip my perspective. And that's why kind of, you know, 5 of Cups, it's one of those things where sometimes it's just a boom, it's a moment, it's a snap, it's a flip of perspective, it's a realization that allows you to go, boop, I'm going to snap right out of this, alter my perspective, focus on what is working, and thus I've cured myself of a 5 of Cups state of mind, right? I have to tell you something. I feel like this is the Emperor. This is those of y'all that go too long without taking time to yourself and getting your own needs met. You get drained of your life force and you're here on the embankment, you know, wounded and unable to go on. And then there are those of you who take the time, right? Without guilt, without obligation, to get your own needs met, spend some time in your own energy with the phone on Do Not Disturb or just within your own chrysalis, right? Take that time and then you recharge your battery and then you're able to go out and, you know, take on the world. This is the difference between those who do that and those who don't. Or actually those who do that and those who don't. Okay? I do feel like there is a lot to process from last year. Allow yourself time to do that, okay? It's important. And speaking of which. So we have the 10 of Swords here. So you've got some really graphic imagery here. And we've got the 3 of Swords with the butterfly here, Aries. You know, remember what I just said about processing? 10 of Swords is the complete ending of things. It is loss. It is death. It is just complete ending of something before something can begin again, right? More blood here, more loss, more heartache, more pain. I do feel like there's a lot to process from last year. And you're being asked to allow yourself to process. And also processing cannot and will not be rushed. You cannot rush the chrysalis process, okay? Go inside to heal so that you can transform, okay? Feels really important. Do you notice the similarity between like on the embankment and then in the forefront of the picture here with the blood and the death and then the flying off of the birds and then the swimming away of that, right? This is a moment in time. This too shall pass. But in order to move through it, I feel like this is a lot less about things that are happening in January for you and a lot more about you processing aspects of last year, okay? I feel like you were very vigilant. Yep, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I feel like you were very vigilant. I feel like you did the absolute best that you could, and now you're being called to just zoop, process, and allow yourself to move through that without rush or impatience or judgment, okay? 6 of Cups. I'm so obsessed with this. I love that this is where you graduate to. This is what you have on the other side of this processing, right? So 6 of Cups is nostalgia, childhood pursuits, but this is also about absolutely allowing yourself to be in the moment and want for nothing. Sitting again by that body of water. This is just being in the moment and going, oh my God, like because think about children, right? They are just beautiful teachers of what being in the moment really looks like. Right? And you're being asked to do that on the other side of this chrysalis, right? It's like you're returning to an aspect of yourself that had maybe been lost or that had to endure a lot of, you know, vigilance and fear and pain and worry and hardship. And you come through that and you're renewed again and return to this place of, you know, excitement about the possibilities of life. Okay, I'm also hearing to engage in activities that allow the time to fly during this chrysalis process, and it may be returning to childhood aspects of yourself, childhood activities that you used to love to enjoy. I'm seeing a very specific image actually for somebody. I saw this thing on sale where they were selling a vintage Nintendo video game controller, like vintage how it used to be. Like I feel like it was like the early or mid 90s, like that old Nintendo controller with like the red buttons and the gray body. It's like going back to like what used to work for you and returned you to a time before you experienced a lot of this, you know, adulting, right? I feel like that could be very therapeutic for you, right? And well deserved. But So we have the Hierophant here. This is Taurus energy to clarify the Five of Cups, again with this red. So the Hierophant is very much about uniform. It's very much about tradition. It's also about things being a certain way and everything being in order. I feel like this is directly speaking to, again, by the way, 5 is the number of change, okay? I do feel like this is in response to a relationship to change that you have undergone this last year or that has happened around you, okay? This is also right after the Emperor key as well. So I feel like this is a graduation as well. Remember when I said that this is a choice and it also can be cured through a flippant perspective? If you can embrace the possibility and the truth that even when things don't go your way, it's exactly as it's meant to be and everything will be well again, and that this is part of the cycle of life, the better. Because I feel like there's a resistance here around acceptance. There's a resistance around acceptance, and you're being asked to really move through that. Go inside of that chrysalis, right? Allow yourself to face some of that disappointment and pain and loss. Really sit with it, right? And allow yourself to transform within and through it. You can derive strength from the loss and the pain, right? And emerge out of the other side of it with a place of clear perspective, appreciation, and newfound gratitude with the Six of Cups, right? For what you have that are your blessings, right? Ten of Swords. Queen of Wands. What a beautiful energy here. So you are showing up in your own reading in feminine form in this way. You know, the Queen of Swords is a confident queen. She's also about the home and the hearth. She's also, look at her energy. She is this beautiful representation of understanding that balance is the key to happiness. Right? Balance is the key to happiness. But because she is the queen of the home and hearth as well, she also understands that, the idea and aspect of home, while it does look different to different people, at the end of the day, that feeling of home, that home is not an actual place and it's not an actual person. It's a feeling that you derive within for yourself. And you're being asked to do some processing and come to terms wherever and with whomever feels like home to you. This is about comfort, right? Comfort, finding that safe place to process. If actually it's the home and the hearth and we're talking about going within your chrysalis, you're being asked to engage in whatever, you need to that is constructive and comforting and calming and safe, okay? I just heard, and the sun will shine again, because I'm really drawn to that sunflower there, okay? Give to yourself what you've given to others, right? You're being asked to do, being asked to do that. So here we have 3 of Swords. So, that came up with the butterfly there, right? But I like that it's clarifying the 6 of Cups, because this is the remedy. Well, this is the remedy to this, right? 6 of Cups is the remedy to 3 of Swords and healing. This is going, God, it's a really similar image there with the knives and the blood and this is the remedy to that. It's really about engaging in things that bring you comfort, that make the time fly. This is very much about understanding that, we really have control over very little. But what we do have facility around is how we respond to things. Not how we react to things, but how we respond to things. It is always within our capability to see the silver lining and to see the cup as half full. But sometimes, in order to get there, we have to go to the opposite and the extreme and really allow ourselves to click in with the pain of how empty that cup has been, of how, much of a lack of a silver lining there has been. Sometimes it's about confronting that and letting yourself really see it and feel it. It's, what do they say? Feel it to heal it. Feel it to heal it. And you're being asked to do so within the comfort and confines of, the vortex energy of comforts of home and family and warmth, right? I'm noting this water here from the rain clouds, and it's coming down, and then it's like where it lands you in the river. On the other side of this, right, is not just acceptance, but it's the kind of, newfound appreciation and gratitude for where you are and where you're going. Allow yourself to be transformed through the pain. Allow the pain to transform you. But in order for that to happen and not carry it on in your subconscious and whatever else, it's about allowing yourself to actively participate in the experience of healing. Right? Allowing yourself to actively participate in the experience of healing. Let's go ahead and get an oracle for y'all. I'm also drawn to the fact that pigeons also represent messages, right? And communication, letters, email, messages as well. I do feel like there is support around you. And as you need support, ask for it. Because part of the Emperor archetype as well is they can, a shadow aspect of the Emperor archetype can be having difficulty asking for help or admitting that they need help. And you're being guided to, ask for help with, when and as you need it. There's help to be found. Allow others to be there for you as you have been there for them. It's important. Okay? All right. Let's do an oracle. Ooh. Wow. I love this so much. Okay. Wow. I feel like this is for you too. Okay. Yamanya, so Yamaya, I call her. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. This is so deep. First of all, I want to point out the fact that Yamaya is the goddess of emotional healing. That's why she's shown and associated with, bodies of water, lakes, rivers, oceans. Also, and you have the river here with the 6 of Cups and the river here with the 5 of Cups, right? This is very emotional. But salt water in particular is a detoxifier. It's what we recommend for empaths or people experiencing emotional pain to remove it from their bodies or help them to release any past pain or energy that isn't theirs. So you are being asked to really free yourself, and see how she's, topless here, right? There's something in that. Allowing yourself to free yourself from the pain that you feel by actively participating in the healing of it. And she's a wonderful energy to call upon to facilitate that, right? Also, interestingly enough, dolphins represent childhood and play in an Ace of Cups energy, right? All of this is available to you should you choose to participate in it. Allow yourself the time to go within the chrysalis, and within that chrysalis, ask for help when it is you need it, without judging yourself or putting yourself on a timer of, I'm going to give myself this weekend to process 2020, or I'm going to give myself next week to process this loss or this disappointment or this whatever have you. It's not like that. The chrysalis cannot and will not be rushed. The butterfly comes out of the chrysalis when the temperature's right, and not before. It won't survive if it comes out at the wrong time. I can hear some of you saying, well, I got a life to live. Like, how am I supposed to, you know what I mean? But you can live your life and still engage in a chrysalis, activity and state of mind. It's just about staying conscious about what your needs are on a day-to-day basis, right? Not pushing yourself from a place of obligation. For example, if you finish your work day and you're feeling sad, or you're feeling like you just need to, I'm going to use the verb cocoon, even though butterflies are from chrysalis and moths are from cocoons, but you feel the need to cocoon yourself, but you made, a plan to, meet up with someone or have a video chat with someone or do something. You have these errands to run that you said you were going to run and finally get it done, but you are feeling a deep need to do the opposite. Follow and honor your needs around that. Your higher self, your emotional body is asking you, right? To show, can you treat yourself as you would a child that you love? That's what you're being asked to do. Can you treat yourself as well as a child that you love? With a child that you love, would you ever be like, okay, well, yeah, oh, you got a boo-boo? Okay, we're going to put a real quick Band-Aid on that and send you off back into the world. No. You're going to take time to say, oh, you had a boo-boo. It's going to be okay. You're going to rub their back. You maybe give them a little sweet while you pour the hydrogen peroxide on and Neosporin and the Band-Aid, and you're going to rub their back and tell them it's going to be okay. And then you're going to, maybe take them over here and put a movie on and sit with them for a little bit. And, right, it's a process. We don't rush children. right? And you're being asked to treat yourself like a child that you really love and not rush yourself and allow for whatever wants and needs to come up within and for you. I feel like there's an aspect of your confidence or an aspect of the way that you saw things that has been, given a knocking, and you're being asked to allow yourself to reset now in January, right? So that you can move on and forward, renewed and refreshed, and really be there for yourself like you've been there for others. But also knowing that the more that you're there for yourself, the more that you will be able to turn around and be there for others. Also, this golden opportunity, this is the opportunity to heal. This is the opportunity to transform. This is the opportunity to reset your energy and become a vibrational match to what it is you want to manifest in 2021. You don't want the past pain and disappointment of 2020 to affect this year if it doesn't have to, right? And it doesn't have to. Reset the energy. Allow yourself to cocoon. That is the golden opportunity, right? And then you're going to emerge, refreshed and ready to, ready to go get them and have new experiences and take risks and, believe again, right? Really beautiful. You also got Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors for too long, go outside and get some fresh air. So this is really interesting. I'm loving the fairy energy here. So I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from this. I feel like on one hand, the cocoon is going to look, and I know it's a chrysalis, but the cocoon, the action of the cocoon is going to look different for different people. Some people's cocoon is, putting on a Snuggie and turning off all the lights, closing the curtains, and then turning on the TV and watching rom-coms with, a nice cup of tea. For others, their cocoon is, taking long walks early in the morning with nature and sitting amongst the trees without bringing their phone at all, and just taking that time every day to completely be connected with nature and disconnected from any communication or outside noise or influence or obligation or whatever have you. Your cocoon will be person specific, but I feel like with this go outside thing, I feel like this is very directly saying that, this whole aspect of can you treat yourself as you would a child that you really love, because Cordelia is associated with fairies and nature and fairy mat and all of that, right? Well, that's the ocean there as well. I feel like there's an aspect here of reconnecting to the aspects of yourself that are quiet and untapped and have the potential for, again, because I feel like it's going back to this Six of Cups, right? This innocence, this sense of play, right? I feel like there's an aspect of allowing yourself to sort of engage in a line of magical thinking. Engage in a line of magical thinking. It's we have this thing that's called the magic if. If you can engage in a line of magical thinking, even from within your cocoon, and go, you know what? What if 2021 is my best year yet? What if 2021 is so great that it makes 2020 worth it? Engage in that kind of, magical thinking. I think it's going to open you up to a newfound perspective and aid the healing process, okay? Because sometimes it can be, very tempting or very, I don't know if tempting is the right word, but we can fall into an energy where we are focused on the past, or what we can't imagine. We can't imagine things being better. We can't imagine things looking too differently. We're worried about repeat energy or right, all of this stuff. But if you can allow yourself to connect back in, and this could be even spending time with the children in your life and deriving inspiration from them as well, but if you can allow yourself to engage in some magical thinking and imagine yourself on the other side of your healing process and what that will look and feel like to you, that is going to act as your roadmap or your lighthouse to the other side of this healing process, okay? Engage in that magical thinking with and for yourself. Imagine yourself in a place on the other side of this healing and how amazing that is going to feel. What, right? Rising up out of the ocean topless with a necklace of seashells with a dolphin friend, right? I also want to point out that she's shown as being a mermaid here, right? So she's she's half in the chrysalis and then half out. This is you emerging from this healing process, right? And I feel like this is also saying that this is an opportunity, again, like I said, within your highest and best good, for you to transform some of these energies that are not a vibrational match to what you want in 2021, to transform them, heal them, release them, and move on with a newfound sense of freedom and perspective. Okay, Aries? All right, this was your January general reading. I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please do let me know in the comments below. I just love reading your comments. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you so much for being here and all of your support. And as always, and most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.